I feel like I'm trying a little too hard with the cat ears. 'Cause I'm trying to go for the e-girl aesthetic, but in my defense, I don't consider any of this e-girl aesthetic because my room looked like this before the e-girl aesthetic became the e-girl aesthetic. I consider this being financially irresponsible. I know that I've been gone away from a while, but like, I don't really have to explain to you guys the last 2 years and the pandemic and like everything that's been going on. Like, it's crazy. How do you... Got it. Yes, I know they're bad for you. You're supposed to drink them. Heart attack. I get it. I know. I'm sorry. I'm addicted. Hello. I am back with another video. Like I said I would 2 years ago, but I said I was going to upload every like 2 weeks, but I didn't because then the pandemic hit and, you know. I'm back though, as you can tell by the title of this video and also by the very obvious presentation. I am here to talk about my experience with plastic surgery, particularly with breast augmentation surgery. I did say I was going to upload a special video on my like 2-year anniversary of transitioning. It's been 3 years already. We're going on 4 next summer. So I figured I waited the allotted time to allow my hormone replacement therapy to develop any secondary characteristics that it's supposed to develop. And then my breasts developed to a very decent size, but this is a surgery that I've been considering for quite some time. I want to share with you guys and talk to you guys about my experience with plastic surgery. So let me take this off. Let me get comfortable because it's a long story, so we could talk girl to girl, boy to girl.
What an exciting day of tea and gossip. Yes, Gaga. Yes!
They to girl, Z to girl, Q to girl. I know I'm missing a couple. LGBTQI, LGBT plus, person to girl. There we go. It was a long process, and I started doing this in the pandemic. Obviously, I had to wait. Everything was closing. The doctor that I wanted to go to wasn't taking that many patients because of the pandemic. So I had to wait a year just to get the consultation, and I had to wait a couple of months for my surgery to actually come to fruition. Fast forward, boring details, consultation, what I wanted, yada, yada, yada. So what my doctor and I decided, I am a bigger girl. I'm taller, I'm curvier. I did put on a little weight because, you know, your girl likes to eat.
That sure is a lot of food you got there.
He said I can do the regular implants that you want. You know, we're only going to do 400 cc's, but because of my frame and the way my chest was working, we could do that. And then you can have the first surgery. Or we could do breast expanders. Now, what are breast expanders? Breast expanders are kind of like implants. They're just hard. They're like a hard shell, but they're shaped like implants. They have this little port that's sort of, I think it has metal. They put these implants in that are not permanent. These are temporary to go for the following months, every week, every 2 weeks to get it filled, to expand my breasts. They fill it with saline solution. What my doctor does, which is I think is great, is he dyes that saline solution blue. So just in case something happens, something ruptures, my body absorbs the saline and then your urine comes out blue, and that's how you know you're leaking. But anyways, so he was like, you can opt out for just having one surgery because I'm terrified of surgery. I was scared of having surgery. He was like, but from my experience, trans women and women who opt out for the first surgery, they usually end up not liking the size that they pick, and then they have to get a second surgery to get bigger anyways. He was like, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I recommend you going for the expanders and we could just fill it up and everything's going to be fine. So I was like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this right. So I opted out for the breast expanders. I had my final consultation with him pre-operation. And then my surgery was August 16th at 6 a.m. So the week before surgery, I went to the gym. I started drinking more water and I started being careful with what I was eating, as you should with any surgery. My intake of sodium was lower. I was exercising. I was on the treadmill. I was sweating. I was drinking gallons of water just because I wanted my body to be as active as ever before my first surgery, just so I could recover quickly. I am lucky that my body recovers very quickly. At my surgery, I was extremely nervous. One of my really good friends had surgery recently, so she took me to the surgery and she was like, girl, it's gonna be fine. You're gonna look great. I can't even feel it. You're gonna be asleep. I took a video of me being rolled into the surgery room and I'm gonna insert it right here. was terrified. My friend had to leave because she had to go for work. So I went into the like pre-operation room and I was there by myself. Anesthesiologist came and introduced himself. The nurses came and introduced themselves. My heart rate was like at 100. I was extremely nervous. So they gave me anxiety medication. And I was being a little bit snappy with the anesthesiologist because he was trying to be nice and he was making conversation with me, but I was extremely nervous. It was 6 a.m. I've never had surgery before, so I'm like, sir, please just do what you gotta do. Before they rolled me into the surgery room, they gave me spicy medication, call it, because it stings when it goes into your body. Spicy! And they gave me that before they started rolling me in. My anxiety and worry just like went away because I was dizzy. Like I was high, I was talking to everybody, I was being nice, I was being funny. They put me on the table and there were two surgeons. The doctor and there was a doctor with him, a lady doctor. She's an absolute sweetheart. She's a godsend. I love her to death. She's wonderful, absolutely lovely. She makes me feel like I picked the right surgeon. She started petting my hair. She was like, I'm gonna take care of you. You're gonna be okay. And I'm like, am I gonna die? Like I'm laughing. Like, am I gonna die? She's like, I can't guarantee that you're not, but we're gonna do everything you can. You're at the hospital. You're gonna be okay. She put the gas mask on my face. And then they told me, they were like, we're gonna put these socks on you. They're compression socks to help with the blood flow. So I look down and I look up and I'm like, yeah, that's, I'm out. I didn't even finish. I was gonna be like, yeah, that's fine. Nope. I was like, yeah, that's, I was out cold. They knocked me out. Being under anesthesia felt like taking a nap on an airplane. I've ever taken a nap on an airplane, a cold airplane. I could hear the wind rushing. When you're in an airplane and you can hear the wind outside, but it's outside. That's how it felt like. And I felt the cold air in my body. Like I just felt it rushing around me. But I didn't feel anything. I didn't dream about anything. I couldn't hear anybody talking. I couldn't hear anything. All I could hear was the wind and I could feel it. So it just felt like taking a nap in an airplane for some reason. That's the best way I can describe it and compare it to. I woke up from surgery and I woke up from the anesthesia and right away I knew that the surgery was over. I wasn't confused. I wasn't like, what's going on? What's happening? I knew right away that I had my surgery. I wasn't just an unbelievable amount of pain. Like, mind you, I researched this, I did my homework, I watched videos, been reading a lot of testimonies on myrealself.com. And breast augmentation surgery is supposed to be one of the easier surgeries. And I don't know if it's because I had the expanders. I also had a significant amount of volume put in my expanders already. Like, it's like an elephant is sitting on your chest. It feels like there's just so much pressure on your chest. But it also hurt. It stung really bad. It hurt to move. I woke up and I couldn't do anything. I was like, I need water. Please give me medicine. I'm in a lot of pain. Well, she helped me get ready. She helped me put on my clothes. She was like, can you stand up and walk? And I was like, no. So she had to help me get on the wheelchair and they wheeled me out. And as soon as they started wheeling me out, I started feeling nauseous. One of my other best friends was waiting for me. And I saw her and she saw me and I looked like a vegetable. I had my belongings in my lap and I looked at her and I just went, and that's how she knew to take my stuff and that she needed to help me out because I could not move. It was so much pain, dude. And I was talking to my best friend and she was like, I mean, yeah, they just cut you in half and shove stuff up your body. What do you expect? We're on a third floor, so two people had to help me up the stairs. Thankfully, the surgery was over. It was time to recover. It was time to hustle and push through for 2 weeks. The first week was horrible. I was in so much pain. I had my compression bra on. It hurt to even stand up because I have my incisions right underneath my breasts. So every time I would stand up, I would push, and I decided to go under the muscles. So I would flex my muscles and I would just stretch my incisions, and it was just this pain, dude. And it was just a sharp pain, and it stung. It stung a lot to the point where I couldn't even like move my arm. Thankfully, my best friend stayed over for 5 days and she took care of me. She took care of my medicines. I survived on water and oxy for like a week and I wouldn't have been able to do it without her. The first week I started to be able to do stuff on my own. And then I think it was 4 weeks after my surgery that they started filling me. The way that they fill me is, like I said, they have this magnet and they go around the breast. And when the magnet reacts, that's where they have to pinch me. So the needle's like 4 inches long and it's thick. So they straight up stab me with a syringe and then they fill me in with liquid and I can feel every single part of the process. It's uncomfortable and it does sting. So I'm not having fun. But I can sit here with confidence and tell you guys that that process, as traumatic and as painful as it was worth every single second. Not only do the girls look phenomenal, mind you, this isn't the final product because I still have my expanders in. I have to get my implants, which I think are going to be 760 cc's. I'm getting the teardrop shape and I'm getting gummy bear silicone because the gummy bear, if you cut it in half, it's like a gummy bear. It jiggles and it moves and it's soft, but it won't go anywhere. And I got the teardrop shape because I want a natural finish. You see right now my slope is very prominent. Like it's bam and it's bam. But with the teardrop, it's a little more natural. It's a little more flat, the slope and the shape, and it just forms your body, you know, and I want to look natural. For me, plastic surgery, well done plastic surgery is plastic surgery that looks natural. It's plastic surgery that I can't tell was performed for me. Again, this is my opinion and it's for me. I just got my last filling 2 weeks ago. I'm feeling phenomenal. I'm feeling proportionate. I didn't want like big porn star titties. Kind of look like big porn star titties right now, but I wanted proportionate sized boobs that made me feel comfortable, breasts that made me feel confident. And this is exactly what these implants did for me, to the point where I can't even tell that I have them. You know what I mean? Like every time I look in the mirror, I laugh because of how big my breasts are now. But it just feels like I always had them. You know what I mean? It feels like they've always been there. And even now that I'm looking myself in the camera, it just feels like I've always looked like this, because in my mind, this is what I looked like already. Even when I started transitioning, even before transitioning, what you see right now in the viewfinder is what I already saw in the long run. This is what I already saw before. It's what I already see after. Even later on when I get my other surgeries, the results of those is what I already see in my head. You know what I mean? Anybody can be transgender. You are welcome to be transgender. You're welcome to identify with whatever you want to identify as, and you don't have to undergo anything you don't want to undergo through. Now, being a transsexual woman underneath that umbrella of transgenderism is extremely difficult, at least for me. It's not fun, it's not easy, and I will say that patience is a virtue. The results, although they may not be instant, they may not happen overnight, they're extremely rewarding. I have an amazing support system, and right now I am extremely happy with where I am in my transition. Push through it, think of the greater good, and look at the end result and be like, that's where I'm going. This is where I'm going to focus my vision on. I saw some of my previous videos recently, and I'm like, who do I think I am with these intros where I'm just staring at the camera, like, with a photo? Like, who do I think I am? This is gonna be my first podcast, and I'm saying podcast because it'll just make me feel better about myself and the fact that I'm just sitting in front of a camera rambling for like 15 minutes. Thank you to everyone from YouTube that goes onto my Instagram and goes on to message me. One, to tell me that they find my story is inspiring. My story and my development is inspiring you, and your story and your development. Thank you so much. That's more than I could ever ask for a YouTube channel that I barely take care of, but I'm gonna start taking care of. I swear I am. Always lying. Thank you to those who have been like, come back to YouTube. I've been meaning to make this video for a while. I've been recording these videos for like 2 months now. But I am extremely busy, and also I don't like the way I look in most of the videos I did before. But this one I'm feeling the aesthetic. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. One of my videos has like 68,000 views, and I know We Belong Together by Mariah Carey's blasting your ear in the middle and you can't hear me speak. I might recreate that video. Let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in. But thank you so much for all the support. It's more than I could ever ask for. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.